Good evening and welcome to the 77th edition of the Alabama Crimson Tide Live Call-In Show from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Jeffrey Donny Talk Sports, live on the Voice of College Football Facebook account, live on Alabama with the Voice of College Football, and on my account at Jacksonville CFB. As we are 30 subs away from that magic number 3,200, all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. We're going to be talking quite a lot about Pro Day and what we saw from it, and our final takes on Alabama-Michigan before we get the party started for tomorrow night's edition of the Sweet 16 between the Crimson Tide and the Michigan Wolverines. And let me tell you something, folks, you're going to be in for a good time, for a long time, all right here tonight on Alabama with the Voice of College Football as we take your calls right here. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing good, Jackson, on lucky number 77. Hopefully that's good news for Alabama basketball tomorrow. Big game. I mean, what can you say? You're going up against a number one seed, one of the favorites to win it all, and they have a great shot. Like it's Alabama, it's Nate Oates, it's March. You always have that label with Izzo, right? Being it's March, it's Izzo, month. It's like, well, you got to maybe give that, a little bit to Nate Oates as well. I mean, he maybe in the regular season they're not always most consistent, but when March comes, like Alabama's playing their best basketball. So I don't know. I think they got a really, really good shot to make it interesting at the very least. So I'm definitely excited to watch that tomorrow. Hopefully they, bias take, would love to see him win. And, if I hadn't already made a bracket, I might have actually, pulled it. But since I already made my bracket, definitely I had to go with Michigan. But, yeah, definitely can't wait to talk more about that game and some other stuff we got to talk about as well. It's always stuff to talk about with regards to Alabama, always stuff going on. So definitely can't wait to chat it up with our callers and see what they got to say on Ty Simpson in the game tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. And of course, before we take our first caller and our second caller afterwards, this episode of the Alabama College Show is presented by FanDuel, where you could get top-notch takes in the world of men's and women's college basketball, including tomorrow night with St. John's, Duke, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, Connecticut, Tennessee, and Iowa State. I will say, though, the winner of Alabama, Michigan is likely going to the Final Four because I just do not see Tennessee breaking through. They always fall short of going to a Final Four. And Otzelberger, something tells me he's going to be distracted by not only the opening of North Carolina, but the possibility of the Kansas job opening. Because it feels weird saying that because, the last time Kansas job opened was we didn't have YouTube. That was the dark ages of the internet. No YouTube. But still, though, it's just crazy.
That'll be a massive void in college basketball, not having Bill Self anymore. You think about all the legendary coaches that are gone. Whether people like some of them or not, some of them controversial for various reasons. But a lot of Hall of Fame coaches have left recently. Jay Wright and Tony Bennett. It's a few others as well. Roy Williams, Coach K, hanging it up. Even lesser ones like, don't want to say lesser, but, like Thad Matta, some guys like that had staying power. It is basketball, like the big name coaches, they're rapidly, they're weeding out, the long time guys. You've got Izzo and Patino left, but there's not a lot left. I mean, Calipari is one of the old ones now. It's going to be interesting when all these guys are gone, and they're always being replaced. I mean, new names show up. Look at, Ben McCollum. He's a hot name right now. Otzelberger, big-time name.
Oh,
Signetti. Nobody was talking about Signetti until now. It's like there's always new names. There's always new faces, new teams, new coaches. So, it's kind of like people say, oh, the NBA is not going to be the same without LeBron. Well, you know what? People said the same thing with Michael Jordan. They said the same thing with Bill Russell and Larry Bird, all those guys. I mean, the thing is, as time moves on, there's going to be new people, but it will be insane if Bill Self does hang it up.
I do feel like he should actually consider it because of the fact that we found out that he's had heart issues over the last few years, because it's like you don't want to be dead. You don't want to be having a heart attack on the court and that be the big breaking news story. You don't want that. You want to honestly. I think he should retire while things are good. Just kind of and not wait 3 years from now that it's like something really bad's happening.
Well, that's why I was really shocked that Mata came back, because he had a lot of health problems as well, sadly. And, he left Ohio State, but then he came back. And it's like, did he do anything at Butler? No.
No.
It doesn't take away from what Mata accomplished, but still, it's like that Butler stint was a waste of time for everybody involved. And to your point, it's like Bill Self, there's already a lot of rumbles from Kansas fans that they're mad. Oh, we're not winning anymore. It's like you don't want to stay there and then like your last few years suck and then that's all you're remembered for, which would be dumb because Bill Self had a long and great career, but it's like it's the same thing with Boeheim. Like Syracuse fans at the end of Boeheim's tenure were it was horrible. Now that's really worked out for him, not because Syracuse is still bad. But yeah, if Bill Self's health problems are really bad, then he should quit. If not, it depends on himself. If his doctors, himself, like how we don't know. I'm not Bill Self. I can't say where he's at, but it's just I agree with you though. If it's bad enough, he should retire
for sure. But of course, we've got the Major League Baseball is back with opening day weekend. The Giants are cross their fingers to rebound, like make sure that they're not getting squashed like they were on Wednesday night on Netflix. If you ask me, if you want people to really pay for Netflix for Major League Baseball, Yankees Red Sox will do it, but Giants get smacked, that doesn't do it. But here we go, the Atlanta Braves against the Kansas City Royals. And I'll tell you right now, 1.5 runs. I will take the Braves to beat the money line to win by at least 3 runs or more against the Kansas City Royals. That's what I've got for the Friday pick for Major League Baseball. But as for the Tigers Padres, that is a toss up for me. Blue Jays, I'll take the over on 1.5 because they'll beat the spread on that.
What do you think about the 9.5 point spread that FanDuel has for Bama-Michigan?
Oh, I think it's too high.
I think Bama covers.
Yeah, because like Alabama's gonna beat the spread on that one. It's like because like honestly, that's way too low on Bama. Too low. But
especially with their offensive prowess, you would think they would be able to hang around with Michigan, but be interesting. You never know. It depends. If they're cold from 3, they could get beat badly, but you never know. But yeah, I think I would go with a cover on that one for Bama.
For sure, man. That is for sure. Alrighty, we've got our first caller of the night, and he is a fan favorite of Alabama with the voice of college football, and he's got an awesome beard. And when I get to his age, I want to have a beard like that. Give it up for the godfather of the SEC. Let's freaking go. Give a round of applause for him. There you go. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Well, that kind of introduction that you got me blushing, see?
You ain't turning into a tomato, are you?
Nah, maybe not. I don't, Self, I don't know. He's getting kind of old. I don't know. I think he retires. I don't think he goes to another school. He might do it. But I don't think so. I don't see it happening myself. I don't think he's hurting for any kind of cash. I wouldn't think so. But
he shouldn't be. If he is hurting for cash, then stuff went wrong because he's made a lot of money.
Or somebody in his family's got a bad spending problem.
Yeah. It's like all the athletes that are broke, like if you've made millions and millions of dollars, I'm not talking about 1 million. I'm talking about millions and millions of dollars, 10, 15, 20 plus millions of dollars. You should not be broke. If you're broke, you did something wrong. You did a lot wrong. So I think Bill Self is fine. I don't know his financial situation, but I know he's been
Oh,
paid
if
a
I
lot.
were making millions of dollars, I'd be doing the same thing I've been doing for a year. I'll be wearing the same clothes I have been as always, like for 1 year, because I'm not blowing that.
The thing is, man, there's nothing wrong with spending money if you have it, but it doesn't matter how much money you have to be under budget. Or like you can't live above your means. Like how much you make, you cannot spend past a certain point. You can't spend more than you make. You can't spend more than you have. If you do that, you're going to be broke. If you have $1 billion and you spend it all, you're going to be broke. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If you've got $20,000 and you don't blow it all, then and you can somehow live and budget that, then you're okay. It's what you do with your money.
Oh, great.
It's just the way it is. I mean, so many players have made bad investment deals. So many players have spent it on me. Mike Tyson, man, that's classic case. I mean, that he was loaded and he just blew everything. I mean, he had like animals in his yard. He had exotic animals. Like,
Yeah, tiger.
Okay, that's cool, but it's like you're broke now. He's not completely broke anymore, thankfully, because he's been in commercials and stuff and done some stuff. But still, it's sad. He made a lot of money. Allen Iverson almost lost it all, but he had like money tucked away in one more like place, a bunch of money left, and it's like he had like an advisor. It's like, yeah, you're not touching this. So yeah, like Allen Iverson's not completely broke, but I've read a lot of stories about this stuff, and that's why I've been, I'm not an advocate. I haven't like advocated for it, but I've said on shows in the past, like there should be, at every university and every high school and everywhere, like money management classes and like how to do that. And if you still screw it up, you screw it up, but that's on you. But you gotta be like awareness of like, hey, I got all this money, I still can't blow it all. If I want to make it my whole life, I can't blow it all. It's just, I don't know, but it's just sad when you hear stories of people that made so much money and they're broke. It's horrible.
Oh, agreed. But I will say, the Alabama-Michigan game tomorrow night should be a lot of fun. And it's like I know I've said it a million times the last several weeks, but it's just I've been feeling like Alabama, same as they did 2024, where they basically just saved all of their energy for March Madness. I think we're gonna really see tomorrow night against Michigan. And Godfather, you let me know what you think, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to kind of play. I don't say you have another 19, 19 threes, but they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to be on their P's and Q's if they beat Michigan. I don't know, like you said, that could be. They could be one of your final teams in the tournament for the championship. I mean, Alabama's going to have to rebound and get some. Of course, everybody was hitting threes the other night. I mean, the water boy was hitting threes the other night. So, I mean, how many times do you see that happen? I mean, I don't. That's what was it?
Oh, it was like 19 3-pointers, I think.
What was the record? I was trying to remember the record. What was it? Well, that was in the top 5. I think they were in the top 5, wasn't they? Or the most most 3-point shots hit in a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right about that. I saw when I was doing the play-by-play for that game, I saw a like graphic they had or whatever that showed what the record was. I can't remember, but yeah, they were in the top 5, or they were way up there. So I mean, it was very impressive. I mean, like you said, I mean, every single player was making shots. I mean, it didn't matter who it was. You had Millette. Reitzel didn't even have a point in the previous game. And then he has like 18 in the last game. I mean, you never know. It's the same thing like Texas just lost tonight. But like Texas in the regular season was horrible. And then like they go on this run. And then Iowa, I understand why everybody's praising Ben McCollum, and it is very impressive what they're doing. But at the same time, was Iowa really that good in the regular season? I think we're forgetting that Iowa in the regular season was kind of average. And yeah, the run they're going. It's not to take away the run, but Now I'm starting to see people, oh, Ben McCollum should be considered for the Carolina job, and Ben McCollum is the next Cignetti. I literally, before I came on here, it was on the show between the games, the little break that they have on the panel, and they were saying, oh, Ben McCollum is Cignetti, and I'm like,
I was thinking more like Fred
okay.
Hoiberg is
I mean, I'm not saying that's not fair, because trust me, like
Right.
Iowa hasn't been ever really that good in basketball, basically.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Indiana football in comparison, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like maybe pump the brakes. Like, again, very impressive, but
Well, and I'll
Iowa's
be
not that good
honest,
in
like
regular season.
when people say that that Iowa's like the next Indiana football, it's like that. I was thinking more
Nebraska
like,
was a better comparison for that
yeah,
than Iowa,
yeah,
because
that's what it
Nebraska
feels like
literally
to
was
me,
worse.
like Nebraska basketball and Fred Hoiberg, because it was
Yeah.
like before like Hoiberg showed up, Nebraska wasn't even close to being a bubble team. They never even got a win in March Madness.
Yeah.
Iowa, before like McCollum came in, was always like a bubble watch team. Like you always saw them on bubble watch articles on ESPN.
Yeah, but they've been okay before. Like Steve Alford had a couple okay teams, and Fran McCaffrey had some decent teams, even though they didn't advance much. And even in the 70s, 80s, whatever, they made an Elite Eight before. Like they're not a completely bum program. Like Indiana football and Nebraska basketball were bum programs. They were horrible. They were completely trash. Like Iowa basketball is just like, okay. So I'm just saying but that beside the point. Ben McCollum, if he did not go on this run, nobody would be talking about him right now like they are. If he had a loss in the first round of the NCAA, they lost to Maryland. I remember when Iowa lost to Maryland, and everybody was like, Iowa's not even going to make the tournament, maybe. Like, they're falling apart. Like, they really kind of sucked down the stretch of the regular season, and they make the tournament because the bubble was so bad. And now they've gone on this run, and again, it's amazing, but it's like, is it an outlier, or is this what Iowa's going to be now? Is Ben McCollum, like, next year and beyond, like, always going to have like Nate Oates? We have evidence of Nate Oates being consistent, okay, because he's year after year, Alabama's going to Elite Eights and Final Fours and Sweet 16s. I'm just saying, like, let's pump the brakes on the Ben McCollum talk, like he's legit. I was even like with Cignetti. Yeah, I was hyping up Cignetti as well, but I was like, well, let's see what he does in year 2. Maybe they take a step back. Maybe they're not as good. Well, now he just won a natty. So it's like, all right, now it's kind of like, we'll see what he does now, but it's kind of at least not really disputable that he is a pretty darn good coach, whatever. When it comes to Ben McCollum, I just feel like it's a little early to be starting to throw around that he's this, and I agree with Steve. He's a winner long before he came to Iowa. I agree. Won at Drake.
Yeah, like the 1 year
I just think that people are jumping on the train a little quick.
Well, yeah, and it was like the 1 year he was at Drake. Drake got screwed out of going to the NCAA tourney.
Yeah,
and it was just it. But it's I see a bright future for McCollum. Like he's got a bright future ahead.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I think that he absolutely has the potential to be a big time name head coach, like one of the upper echelon in the next decade or so. I just think that, again, I'm seeing a lot of people jumping on that train a little quick. I mean, even Hubert Davis took North Carolina to the Natty game, and it's like everybody was high on him, and look what happened. He got fired. So it you know what I'm saying? It's this Elite Eight run that Iowa has. He could never do it again.
True.
Ever. I'm not saying that he won't do it again. I'm saying that he might not do it again. And if that happens, then yeah. And like Steve said, I mean, is Iowa going to be like Indiana, where Cignetti, they actually paid him and they've kept him and they are going to keep him? Ben McCollum, if he has enough success at Iowa in this short term, he's not going to stay probably. Even though I know he's got Iowa roots and all that, I don't know if Iowa can pay him like some of these other programs can pay.
Well, one program I don't think is getting McCollum, obviously, is North Carolina.
North Carolina's not getting him.
No. But Kansas, again.
I don't think Kansas either.
I think we could see on that because I mean it's like
I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just it's Kansas. Like
true.
Kansas fans would not like the hire because they're going to look at it from my perspective that he's not proven enough. Not to say that it wouldn't work, but I mean you're coming off Roy Williams and Bill Self. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to go for a guy that has had 1 year at Iowa. You know, if Ben McCollum was at Iowa for like 6 years, you know, and he had, but see, like, even Bill Self was at Illinois and he had success at Illinois. He won a lot of games in Illinois.
And he has success at Tulsa.
1 year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same. Again, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion in this moment. I don't think that Kansas would hire Ben McCollum.
I could see McCollum in Iowa.
Honestly, I think Otzelberger's more likely.
Oh yeah,
because Otzelberger has had a lot of seasons of success. He's got more of you know proven success.
Oh yeah, I mean like Otzelberger's gonna be there like for sure, but like McCollum, I could see him having Iowa as that constant March Madness team over the next several years. And I think like the test is gonna be what he does next year. Because like everybody
always is the test. Same with Cignetti. He had to prove himself that he was legit and that it wasn't a 1 year blip. And that's what I'm saying with Iowa. We need to see if next year and beyond is just as good or better or worse or what. Because like I said, this I'm not saying it's a fluke, but this could be a fluke. I mean, you think about it, man. Florida, for whatever reason, I know they played good against Prairie View, but in the SEC tournament,
everybody plays good against Prairie View.
Florida just did not look good in that game. And I understand that Iowa had a lot to do with it. I watched a lot of the game. I didn't see the entire game. I saw the second half. Florida kind of sucked, man. Florida, that's what I'm saying. These March Madness, these games are a little fluky. Sometimes you could be the better team and lose. Florida was by far better than Iowa, and they lost because they play like crap. And again, Iowa had something to do with it, but I mean, Florida kind of sucked. You know, like another reason I think Alabama's got a legitimate shot against Michigan, even though I'm not picking it because of my bracket, is because you look at the way Michigan's been playing lately. They're not playing as well as they were earlier in the year. Like you look, I've looked at some of these results. They lost to Purdue in the Big Ten tournament, which you could chalk up to them not caring. It doesn't matter. They want to win a natty. The Big Ten title doesn't matter. They barely beat Wisconsin. They barely beat Ohio State. They barely beat Iowa. They barely beat Minnesota. They lost to Duke. Like their results the last few games are kind of mid. I'm just saying, kind of mid. Like for what they were doing earlier in the season, Michigan in the beginning part of the year was dominant. Michigan and Duke and even Florida kind of started to trail off late. Injuries to Duke, understandable, but I don't know, man. All I know is that if Florida had played the way that they played against Alabama back in February, they would have blitzed Iowa off the court. Okay, they would have taken Iowa and they would have got the belt out that you're always talking about, Jackson, that I love. They would have got the belt out, and Iowa would have been like the dog or whatever and Tom and Jerry. Okay, I mean I don't know, man. Like Iowa, it's impressive, but Florida kind of sucked. So I just, to me, I want to see more because all I heard was Cignetti. We need to see more from Cignetti. We need to see more from all these guys. Well, we need to see more from Ben McCollum before we start proclamating him as, okay, he's a top-tier coach and he needs to go to Kansas. Chill. I think that's a little excessive this quick. That's all I'm saying. If you believe that, great. 3 years from now, Ben McCollum might absolutely be in that conversation because he's taken Iowa to 3 straight Elite Eights and he's amazing. And then big-time job opens up and he's going. Great. Kentucky, like they fire Pope and he goes to Kentucky. Fantastic. I just do not think, if we still need to see more from Cignetti, Steve, then we need to see a lot more from Ben McCollum.
Yeah.
All right. But, and I don't understand he's going to go to Kansas or Carolina. It's not happening. And if it does happen, that's a mistake. Even if he turns out, because these type of jobs, you hire proven coaches. That's why the Hubert Davis hire was questionable at Carolina. He wasn't proven. He didn't do anything. He got the job because he was in-house. That's questionable, and it didn't work. Well, it kind of worked, but they fired him anyway. So Carolina's got to get somebody proven. I would not go the Ben McCollum route.
I think by
like
the
Ben
time
McCollum,
we have the national championship, North Carolina will have a coach by that time. But let's get to the $2 super chat from Tanner the Diesel Freak, where he says it's no effing surprise and March Madness is weird with the rolling eyes emoji.
Yeah, he's rolling his eyes at me right now for something I said.
But we appreciate the $2 super chat contribution, good buddy. And for those that always tune in to Alabama with the Voice of College Football, that's why you see on the ticker down below to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss no video. So that way, even if you can't be able to put in a super chat contribution or put in a super sticker contribution or become a YouTube member of Alabama with the Voice of College Football, no worries. That's why you like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell. And let's get Alabama with the Voice of College Football to 3,200 subs as we are 30 subs away. Let's also get the 4,000 subs.
By the way, and I second that. Absolutely agree with everything you said, Jackson. Appreciate all the support. You guys have been amazing. Could not do without you. But think about this. This is the only reason I'm saying on McCollum is because there have been other coaches that have taken teams to Elite Eights and Final Fours that have flamed out. Archie Miller.
Well, yeah.
Archie Miller took Dayton to the Elite Eight. Indiana hired him because of that. What has Archie Miller done since? Even though I literally got from somebody close to us, gave me the memo, because I didn't see it earlier, that Archie Miller has a shot at the NC State job. How? No way. I don't care that he was
that's a joke.
No way. If it's a joke post or not, that I don't care. I didn't see it. That's why I don't know if it's a joke post. It's just almost sent it to me. I don't care. I have not seen anything today.
I got that. I got that thing from Will.
All day today, I've seen zero sports. None. And I haven't seen it. I didn't see the first two games tonight. I haven't seen anything. So that's why I'm saying I didn't know if it was legit or not. But Archie Miller sucks. He sucks.
Oh, yeah.
He should not be in contention for any job, but he took Dayton to an Elite Eight. And I don't dislike you personally, Archie Miller. Probably a nice guy. But coaching skills suck. And then the other guy, Shaka Smart, he took Virginia Commonwealth to a Final Four. What's he done lately? So my point is that's why all this praise and hype and all this kind of crap, it can flame. And that's why, like Ben McCollum, he might be elite. Again, he might be elite, but we don't know that yet because he has not done it over a sustained amount of time. These other coaches, there's been a lot of coaches that have taken teams to Elite Eights and Final Fours that their entire career kind of sucks. It's bad. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I could be wrong. Maybe you guys disagree, but I just that's why I feel the way I do on that.
Well, you get me thinking on McCollum, that's for sure. But Godfather, what game you got on right now? Illinois, Houston, or Arkansas, Arizona?
I actually have neither on right now because probably like I'm trying to concentrate on Alabama tonight. I'm not succeeding at that at all.
But. Well, I know. Well, Godfather, I think is watching one of the games at the moment.
Watching both of them at the same time.
Oh, I got Arkansas, Arizona on my laptop, so I'm watching.
I mean, I'm keeping up with the scores, but I'm not watching either of them right now.
Oh, there we go. But
Arizona's 32, Arkansas 21, and 14 to Houston, 16 Illinois.
Oh yeah. How about Arkansas?
Arizona's kind of stretching out. I don't think Arkansas is going to be able to keep up with them.
I'm really hoping Alabama can get a lot of rebounds tomorrow night against Michigan. I know it, man. Like, they got
to hit threes, man. I'm just saying.
But also, don't get overly reliant on threes. And if you
don't want to get overly reliant on the three, but if you're making them all, then it's okay. It's okay if you're making them all. You know, I agree with you. If Alabama starts missing threes, then stop shooting them. But if they keep making them, then it's okay. My problem is I feel like if Alabama cannot make threes at a high rate tomorrow night, they're done because they're going to have a hard time on the glass. Michigan is a big team. They're a big team. And Alabama, yeah, you got Sherrell, but how's Sherrell going to be able to do against Michigan's bigs like Landeborg and that other guy, Mara or whatever? It's just I don't know, man. I think that the rebounding is you're just gonna have to hope for the best.
Yeah.
They're not gonna win the rebounding battle most likely.
No. But I do hope Alabama can get like an early lead. That would be nice.
Early lead. We got to have it. We got to have it tomorrow. If we beat Michigan, or we ain't got no part of it. They beat Michigan. They could go all the way. I say they do probably. I don't know. I said Arkansas. If they can get around Arizona, they might. Now it's tied up. No, it's 34-24. I'm sorry. They say Arizona's pulling ahead a little bit all the time. Arkansas's got to keep up. Not, they're going to get waxed too, the way it looks.
The only way Arkansas had a shot, or has a shot rather, against Arizona, and again, I'm not currently watching it, but if the supporting cast around Acuff performs well, that's the only. I said it the other night when we did our Sweet 16 picks. I had Arizona beating Wisconsin in the Sweet 16, so I got that wrong because Wisconsin choked. So it ended up being Arizona-Arkansas. But I said Arizona, you think about like how dominant they've been, and they got a complete team. Arkansas for like 90% of the season was like just Acuff. You think about that Alabama-Arkansas game earlier this year that went to overtime and Alabama won. Acuff had like 50, and they still lost. Recently, however, Arkansas has been getting more production out of their supporting cast. Billy Richmond has been playing better. That Ewan guy's been playing better. I'm trying to think. Who's that other guy? I've watched a few of their games recently, and they've been getting a lot more help around Acuff. That like Trevon Brazil, those guys have been playing better, and that has definitely contributed. Malik Thomas. He's their other freshman guard. Malik Thomas has been playing very well. Like they actually have a good team. It's a trademark Calipari team, a ton of talent, and results that make your head scratch. Like, man, it could have been better, but it could have been worse. It's like Calipari he does enough to make you believe that he's worthy of being the Hall of Fame coach that they presented him as, but he sometimes just doesn't do enough. That's why Kentucky fired him. I know why Kentucky fired him. It just hasn't worked out yet, because Pope has been worse. But I mean, Calipari's got the track record. He gets the players. He's got a good team. It's just there's too many games though where Acuff has to be Superman, and when that happens, they're done. They've been playing a lot better lately again because Acuff has not had to put up 40 and win. But let me see the box score. How's that going?
I don't know. He's gonna have to. He's probably gonna have to put up 40 or more for them to win tonight.
Oh, Arizona's winning 36-24 right now.
Acuff is 7.
Yeah,
that's definitely not going to get it done.
No.
Yeah, but
he's gonna have to have at least 30 or more if they got a chance of winning it.
I'll say this: if Alabama does lose tomorrow, there's something we can always laugh at. We can always laugh at those Auburn Tigers bragging about being in the Final Four of the NIT, saying they're in back-to-back Final Fours.
Nothing will beat the post about the all-time winningest coach in the first season at Auburn. That was just hilarious, man. 18 wins, woohoo! I mean,
where did that come from? Are they claiming the championship and in the basketball this year like they do in football? They already won.
Oh, I don't even know yet.
They're gonna claim the NCAA tournament back. They're gonna be the basketball champions, whether they win or not. I guess.
Sorry with me, because it gives us more reason to laugh at them.
Have you noticed like 90% of sports tweets these days are just troll tweets or parody tweets? Like I literally do. Like you'll scroll, man. I'm just reading a bunch of stuff. I'm like, not true. That's why I'm saying. Like I got sent the message with the Archie thing. I didn't follow up on it because I haven't had any time. So it's like I didn't know whether it was real or not. My point, though, is like most of the posts are just crap. And it's funny because when I'm scrolling, I see the ones that are parodies. Like a lot of times they have not a lot of followers, or the big accounts that do it, they literally, like it says parody or whatever. But like so many people get fooled by it. Like they're in the comment section. They read the tweet. They saw the account and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. It's like, dude, it's a parody. It's not real.
Exactly. Like anybody freaking out about a post before you crash out about a post, read the handle. If you don't Read the handle.
And then you've got people I've seen, and you know that one account. Everybody knows that one account that posts all that random stuff like, oh my gosh, Puka Nakua said this. Ugh. And then he just like spam tweets like over and over.
Oh, I heard he bit a one.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That one account. I'm not going to say the account name.
Yeah,
but you know that account. It's got like 800,000 followers. That account posts the same crap over and over again. Just, oh, this player said this. This player did that. Oh my gosh, he's losing his mind. And then people just, and then it's like the next week he'll post the same thing that he posted last week, and it's getting even more hits this week than it did last week. And I'm like, this account sucks. Like I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
You say 800,000 followers, 800,000?
That account, whoever runs it, has a lot of followers.
That's unreal.
But I mean, all the posts are just. I mean, technically it's real. It's not parody, but it's just stuff that happens that like out of context or whatever. Like he'll have like a player and it's like they're responding to a question and then they like clip it after like 10 seconds and they take it out of context without like the full context. And it's just, and it gets tons of hits and stuff. And I'm just like, man, dude, that is what sports commentary has devolved to on the internet. That's what it's become. Like, it's not even interesting anymore. It's just garbage. Like 99% of it is either fake trolling, parody posts, or people spamming the same. Like, people will show like a clip of Michael Jordan like 20 years ago and like, oh my gosh, this is the best player of all time. It's like, you do realize that like 100 other people have posted this exact same post of Michael Jordan. It's like, it's amazing, but it's like, what are we doing here?
Well, before we get to our next caller, Godfather, what's your final score prediction for Alabama, Michigan?
I got 77 in my head for some reason. I'm like Jeffrey. 77 stuck in my head. Maybe that's what Alabama scores, win or lose. I don't know.
Oh man,
I don't think they can win with just 77 if Michigan's rolling.
It's basically first to 80 wins.
I guess probably, yeah.
That's what it feels
it
like.
might even be first to 90.
90, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, 80's safer, but you know, 90's possible.
Alabama's got a chance. If you can get it in the 90s, they're what, 17, 18 and 1?
Mm-hmm.
They got a pretty good record, 90 and more. I mean, they're rolling. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see that. See, you know, you've had a few. You had a few days off. You kind of flat. Can you get it rolling like you did the other night? I don't know. We'll see. It's just hard to say.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway, but all right. It's always good to be here on Thursday night. I'm sure Caden's just chewing on the. See you in the green room, Caden?
Nah, he's about to have a little 7-minute call.
Oh well,
from X.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on X. He's blowing up. He's blowing up.
Yeah. He says for $2 super chat, we appreciate $2 super chat, Caden. He says, I post random stuff. I'm bringing. I mean,
that's basically what most people do. I mean, sometimes we all do it. We all sometimes post random crap. Trust me. I mean, it's what makes Twitter fun. As much as I'm like complaining about how dumb it all is, some of it is actually entertaining. Some of the parody stuff I even find entertaining. It is funny. Some of it is legitimately funny, but some of it's also crap.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the $2 super chat, but
$2 super chat. I'll leave on the $2 super chat. Put another $2 in, Caden, and I won't even bother you in that. How's that sound? Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of the game. Sure, it looks like Arkansas is just they're just stepping away from Arkansas, and Illinois is 24, Houston 16. They looking pretty good, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you never know. All right, guys, be safe. I'll catch y'all. Y'all gonna do any live on the Alabama game tomorrow night? Y'all gonna do a live on it?
I don't know.
I think so.
I might be watching that one instead of doing a reaction. I don't know if I'll do a reaction to the late game tomorrow or not.
We could. I mean, it's like we could do something like that. Like,
what time were they supposed to start? They the last game 8:30.
Yeah, around like 8:30, 9 p.m. But if I had to take a guess, it's gonna be a 9 p.m. game.
Probably, yeah. Well, they won at 9. They didn't get started at 9 o'clock. So Yeah, just let me know. I'll be around somewhere. I'll be watching it. Y'all be safe. Keep Caden under the kitchen table.
I will.
Yeah, well, just remember, a lot of money. Got a lot of money coming in.
A lot of money.
I'm gone. YMCA.
We'll see you, buddy. And it's always a fun time with Godfather, the SEC, and you know we're gonna have another fun time with this next caller, as we're
I
gonna
thought
be
you were
having.
gonna say with this fella.
Yeah. And we're waiting for him to pick up the call, and we've got it. You're on the line, Cade the Diesel Freak. How you doing tonight, man?
Good effing grief. That guy cannot keep his mouth shut. Oh my. As I said, I am not dang surprised about March Madness, and you should know about that.
Well, yeah.
I've been watching March Madness on the side, and good grief. It's just, like,
What does that mean by I watch March Madness on the side? What does that mean?
You ever heard of watching, hearing March Madness over the radio?
But
like,
if you're using the radio, then you're listening. I was referring to, you said you've been watching March Madness on the side. What does that mean? So basically, you're a football guy first, but I'm trying to understand what you meant by that.
I did not explain myself to an idiot, let alone 3 idiots or 2 idiots. And y'all know I spam y'all on Twitter. Like, y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's an ignore button.
Well, Jeffrey posts, and Jeffrey, just to know, you post some of the most unbelievable BS on God's green earth. I hope you know that.
Well, I mean, that means it's good stuff, I'm guessing.
Jeffrey, I'm talking, so keep your mouth shut. But you and Austin particularly post the most BS I had ever seen on the internet. And oh my Lord, it's ridiculous. Oh my. And people
that's coming from the guy that says, I post random crap on X, right? Like,
well, at least my stuff is at least better.
How is it better, though?
Because I'm the only Ohio State Buckeye fan who comes on here and calls y'all out multiple
You're not
times.
the only Ohio State fan that's ever come on this show. And you're not the only Ohio State fan we know either. Like, there are other brave souls that come on the show. We don't bite.
No.
Like, I told Jackson Johnson and y'all on the 49th episode or the 59th episode of the College Show, Alabama fans are just as dumb and as stupid as Disney fans, and they're just as overrated. And I quoted, and hold on, let me go to that Twitter post. Actually, hold on here.
Okay.
And y'all know I'm on Twitter consistently.
That's a sign that you don't have anything better to do.
You gotta get some sun, my guy.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying you don't, but
it's just sometimes I gotta post what's on my mind.
Okay.
You gotta understand that, boys. And if y'all don't know, I do have a Twitter page, Cade the Diesel Freak on Twitter. And so if you pay attention to my Twitter, you should know I've had my thoughts and comments. And when I have my thoughts and comments, I don't apologize for anything I say or anything I post. Just so anybody knows.
I think every single person that's posted on X/Twitter or whatever has done their thoughts and comments. You're not unique to that.
No.
Okay, well, that's your opinion, Jeffrey, and that's your opinion coming from one of the most delusional Alabama fans.
I mean, how is it my opinion when I say that every single person that has posted on Twitter/X is posting their thoughts and comments. You said, "And when I post my thoughts and comments," it's like, okay, it's like everyone does that. I mean, unless they're parroting what someone else is thinking or something, then it's like it's their own thoughts. So it's like that's great that you are posting your thoughts and stuff, but that's kind of what everybody does.
All right, Caden. Let's change subject.
Let me just say this. I quote it. Alabama fans are overrated as Disney. Alabama's overrated as Disney, and I cannot stand y'all's BS.
How is Alabama compared to Disney? I'm just asking. Like how can we compare the two?
Episode, if you replay it and you watch that particular part, the only reason I said it was because that y'all and your fans, including Disney fans, are just as delusional, dumb, and I mean, they post some of the most ridiculous stuff. I don't know if y'all drink too much or smoke so much, but
the last time I've smoked
only after the Tennessee game.
Yep, that's the only time I've smoked so far. But the last time I drank something was February 2023. I'm talking about an alcoholic beverage, of course, but that was a screwdriver.
That's when I joined Twitter. A long time ago, man.
Oh, and hold on one sec, Caden. As we got $1.99 super chat from the Godfather saying, "Disney, where's my Pluto water?" Oh, man, we appreciate the $1.99 super chat from the Godfather of the SEC.
I mean, I'm just wondering how you're saying that we're as overrated as Disney. How? And then you say we post the most. How? I mean, Ohio State fans, Georgia fans, tons of different Michigan fans. We all have fans that post dumb crap. We're not unique to that. But how is Alabama as overrated as Disney? How can we quantify that in your terminology?
Listen, I don't need to explain anything to dummies. I'm going to put it at that.
But just because you say it doesn't mean that it's a fact, though, unless you actually have evidence to back that up. That's an opinion, which is okay because we all have opinions, but you're just saying it, and then I'm asking you how and why, and you're not giving anything. You're just saying that they are because you said so. That's not how that works.
Well, let me just say this, Jeffrey. While Coach said it was Alabama, y'all were saying this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and I said it last week. That's all you said. Y'all said we own this, we own that, we own y'all, we own the SEC.
Well, when Ohio State won the Natty, that's what you said.
Like I'm talking about y'all. This isn't about
this literally about you as well. If you're gonna say Alabama is, then Ohio State is when they win. When they win natties, when they own the Big Ten. How often have we heard about how Ohio State has owned the Big Ten? They've owned the Big Ten. They're the most dominant program in the history of college football. Historically, throughout every single decade, they barely ever have any bad seasons. They've completely owned the Big Ten. That's the same thing. So how come when Alabama wins, we do it, it's insanity and we're delusional, but when Ohio State does it, it's okay.
So, Kay, before we get to our next caller,
I know you can't reason with your logic because I know you just say stuff. And that's why we love bringing you on. But I'm pointing that out to the audience because I know that they see through that. That's not a fair accusation to make against Alabama fans when Ohio State fans do the exact same thing under the same circumstances.
Well, we're gonna give you like a 30-second timer for you, Caden, and we just want to ask you before we get to our next callers on the line. What is your score prediction for Alabama-Michigan, the Sweet 16?
For Alabama-Michigan, if you guys win, it'll probably be like, I'd say at least 80-something to 70-something. It'd be close. But here's the other thing. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on the Saturday and Sunday show because you may not want to miss out on what I've got to say on the rest of Alabama fans, Michigan fans, and specifically y'all's fan bases on Saturday and Sunday. And be sure to click like because at least
we'll see you soon, Caden. God, it's like it's fun, but
Yeah, I mean it is, but again,
we got
Alabama fans are as overrated as Disney. We're talking about we own this, we own that. Ohio State fans do the same thing. Michigan fans did the same thing. Georgia fans do the same thing. When you win, you become arrogant. You act like you're better than everybody. I'm not talking about me and you specifically, Jackson, or other fan bases, certain people specifically, but certain fans do take it to the extreme. I've heard my whole life about how Ohio State has owned the Big Ten. And I live in ACC, like close to SEC land. I'm not anywhere near the Big Ten. But I've heard even from people, oh, well, Ohio State's always owned the Big Ten. They own the Big Ten. Well, if you say that, that is using the exact same logic as saying, well, when Saban was the coach, Alabama fans said we own it. It's because we did.
Yeah.
We did. We can't help, me and Jackson can't help that that's our favorite football team, and they won. Yeah, they won. And they were beating up on everybody.
True.
All fans do it. All fan bases do it. So we're not more delusional than Ohio State. I'm sure there's really delusional Alabama fans, but they're also delusional Ohio State fans. It's the same token.
But let's get to these questions from a new guy named Army EP6FZ, where he asked us, how do y'all feel about Antonio Langham saying Nick Saban's constant presence around the team is causing DeBoer issues and he can't do his own thing? Antonio Langham was speaking to Touchdown Alabama. He says Saban is around way more than people understand.
A lot of these ex-coaches have been accused of being around, though. Have you seen, like, Roy Williams at Carolina, Coach K at Duke, you know? I mean, even Indiana, though. I mean, the whole argument that Mike Woodson got a fourth year was because Quinn Buckner, who was a former player with Mike Woodson at Indiana in the 70s, Quinn Buckner, who is a part of Indiana's like staff, like up in the higher part of the athletics department, basically was like, yeah, Woodson's getting another year. So at my point, there is a lot of stuff in these programs, these legendary coaches that retire, that they're still involved. I don't know how involved Roy Williams is with Carolina outside the fact that he's at every game. I don't know, though. I don't know how much Coach K is involved, if any, if at all, whatever. I don't know how much Nick Saban is involved. I don't know if you know, Jackson. I don't know if Travion knows. I don't know if anybody knows, but I don't know. I'm not there. I can't say that, oh, Saban is in the way and he's causing, okay. I mean, it could be true. That could be true, but I have no idea. I can't clarify that at all unless I know. I don't know.
Well, I could see where it's like Saban's got like an office still.
I could see that. I could see him being involved, but how involved is he? And if so, how is that affecting DeBoer negatively or positively? I have no idea. Again, I'm not there.
Yeah. But I will say, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the 2026 season. Because like next week we've got the spring game coming. So that's gonna be fun. No, wait, that's not next week. That's the week after next. My bad. I'm just so excited. I'm just like, good grief. But I mean, we got ourselves a fun ride ahead of us. Yeah, Langham is there around the team, so he was one. Good to know, man. I will say I'm just I think DeBoer will have a better season 2026. I do think that 2026 should be better than 2025. Yeah, we've got 156 days till week 0, but
I mean, it's got to be better than 25 if DeBoer wants to have a job. I mean, it's a shame to say that, but we're approaching that point. Alabama is at that point where, we're so, as Caden would say, delusional, but we have the standard is just you can't say natty or buzz. No one can literally have the standard of natty or buzz because that's completely unobtainable. It's not attainable. Yeah. Even Saban did not win a natty every year. But since Saban had that run, it's just now you have to be really, really darn good or the fans are going to – it's inferior. It's no good. And DeBoer hasn't done bad. It's just not good enough. if they miss the playoffs next year, it's gonna be very hard. That's why we're the reason we're trying to be so positive, and I believe in a lot of the positivity, but like he's got to, because if not, it's not going to be good.
But yeah, Army 3275. If you want to call in, you are more than welcome to call in on the 77th edition of the Alabama College Show. And one question for you: how long have you been a Bama fan, Army 3275? Kind of curious, because love to learn about everybody in the chat on how long they've been pulling for Alabama their whole life. Like that, that's always pretty fun. I said 156 days until week 0, because I mean right now it's 11 p.m. in Jeffrey's time zone, and it's going to be close to midnight in 58 minutes in Jeffrey's time zone, but it's an hour 58 minutes where I'm at. But yeah, I will say, like, it was fun watching a little bit of Pro Day yesterday, but Mel Kiper, even talking about like Ty Simpson to the Browns, like he doesn't need to be going to the Browns because they're happy with Shedeur Sanders. Honestly, I feel like Kiper is just jinxing Shedeur Sanders, like he jinxed Jimmy Carlton.
Are Browns really fans of Shedeur Sanders, or are you just talking about the Browns organization, right? Because
the Browns organization.
There's no way that every Browns fan I've talked to is not a fan.
I think that he thinks in his mind the Browns organization is going with Sanders, but honestly, it's just I think they're just waiting it out for Arch Manning for the 2027 draft. I think that's the plan for them.
He doesn't want to go there either. I mean, nobody does. No. You don't want to go to the Jets. You don't want to go to the Browns. Like the Raiders are not great, but it's still better. I mean, yeah.
Oh man, since the 90s, Army 3275, because of his dad was a Bama fan, actually stationed in Georgia in the early 2000s, wearing my jersey downtown Savannah, Georgia, catching hell from Georgia fans. Oh man, your dad was in the military. Nice. Yeah, my dad was an Iraq war veteran and served in the Kuwait War in the early 90s as well. So he's been in the army. He was in the army from the late 80s to 2010. And I believe my brother,
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the army. Nice. Like military. What brand?
Thank you for your service, and also as well to your dad, Jackson. It's awesome. I mean, it's stuff ain't easy,
man. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, oh man, dang it, I forget the places, the army bases in Georgia. It's gonna come to me because I've heard about it in 2024, one of them, but wow, man, Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran. Wow, Army Purple Heart, Bronze Star for combat wounds. Wow, man.
Dang,
man. We're glad to be talking to you, man. And
absolutely,
and Army 3275, we want you to know you are always welcome. You are always welcome to come in the chat. You're always welcome to call in. You're welcome anytime you want to come in on the Alabama channel, and or every Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern time on the Alabama Call-In Show, giving your takes. We're always happy to see new faces and happy to see everybody coming in the chat. Fort Stewart. I thought I was thinking it was Fort Stewart, but it was one of those, but it's been a minute. But yeah, and I saw there was a clip where our guy Trevion's doing a great job, on the Alabama Hits count. There was a repost on Ets where somebody asked Simpson why an NFL team should draft him. Ty Simpson said he's a program changer. I think honestly, and I'm hoping where it's like I don't want the Jets be drafting him, but it's just if they do, just have it be Geno Smith, just playing most of the year, and just have Ty Simpson kind of step in the rest of the year, and then just have Simpson step in for the 2027 season.
I just don't know if the team is ever going to be good, though. That's the problem. It's like,
well, yeah, because I mean, their owner is Woody Johnson. Because like the Jets are one of those teams where you could blame things on the head coach, and then you could blame the general manager, but there just comes a point where it's the owner's fault. That's where we're at with the Jets. That's where we're at with the Browns. I mean, somebody was saying the Cardinals are gonna draft Simpson. It's like, honestly, the Cardinals just need to do what works and don't mess with it. Honestly, like what they were doing before, just kind of get like mid-30s quarterbacks. That was working. Like trying to.
yeah, the Carson Palmer, Larry Fitzgerald connection was pretty solid. Kind of like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones was in Atlanta. I mean, those type of connections work. I feel like the problem with, organizations like the Browns and the Jets is the fact that they're always bad. Like if you have some success, it's like, oh well, you're going through a little rough patch right now, but things are gonna get better. Well, when you're always bad, like you just got that reputation. No one wants to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to be there. Like everybody knows that the Browns and the Jets suck. They're like, I know when I was a kid, the Jets were fair. I mean, when they had Mark Sanchez and stuff, they were like whatever. But like since then, they've just been garbage. And the Browns, I mean, they've had more QBs than anything I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it is laughable. They've had so many quarterbacks. I mean, go through their list of quarterbacks sometime, and you're just gonna be shaking your head laughing the entire time. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, they had that guy. They had that guy. I mean, it's sick.
It's just messed up.
You think about guys like Brady Quinn, Will and D very familiar with from Notre Dame. I mean, he was a guy that people thought was going to have a lot of success. It's just, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you don't want to go there. I mean, you have to have some years of success. Like college ball is a little different, especially with NIL now. Like Cignetti, that was a rare thing where a horrible program like Indiana was able to become good really fast. But NFL is a little different. I mean, the organizations that do it right are going to keep doing it right. The organizations that don't do it right are going to continue to suck. I mean, I thought you remember Tepper, with the Panthers. I was really, really, really low on Tepper. It was ugly at first, they seem to be doing better. I mean, he's not throwing drinks at people anymore. And it seems like they're actually trying to trade right and draft and stuff. I don't know. I still can't say he's good, but I mean, it does at least seem like the Panthers are trying. The Jets and the Browns, I see none of that. They just suck. And I wouldn't want to go there either.
No. I would not want to go there for sure.
I know why Dante Moore turned it down. I get it. I understand it. Everybody's like, see, Jeffrey, that's why Dante Moore turned. I know why Dante Moore turned it down. It's just, I mean, dude, what are the odds he's going to be the second overall pick next year? Not great. I'm not saying it's impossible. He could, but he was going to get drafted second overall. That's still tough to pass. I know NIL. I know he's making a lot of NIL. That's changed the game, but still, I know the Jets are bad. But we've even seen that Sam Darnold, turned it around when he finally went somewhere good. So sometimes, you get drafted by a crummy team, but that doesn't mean you're going to be bad forever. I mean, like everybody trashed Sam Darnold, and he's got a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, like, honestly, like, for me, I think more of that, honestly, is, Moore is kind of pissed off about Oregon being knocked out in the semifinals, and I think he wants to get Oregon a natty before he leaves.
I think the NIL really helped. I do think that he weighed his options, and he was like, all right, I'm going to be making like almost $10 million or $10 million or whatever at Oregon. I go pro and I get the big contract, but I'm at the Jets. So it's like, all right, I'm going to get more NIL in college, maybe see if I can win another title to your point, and then hopefully get drafted by a less crummy team next year. The problem is there's going to be more competition for quarterbacks next year. Yeah. He would have guaranteed been the second overall pick this year. So.
Because if you're the guy that is part of the first ever national championship team at Oregon, everybody's going to remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and you're going to have like Sports Illustrated magazine covers. You're going to have the rose on your mouth. You're going to have the two women with you. Like,
I just don't think he's Mendoza, though. I mean, that's not to say he can't do it, but Dante Moore in big games has kind of floundered.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't do that great in big games.
No.
Again, not to say he can't do it next year, because, you know, somebody will be like, oh, well, Jeffrey, you said this way back then, and then, you know, he did this. I'm not saying he can't. I just, before NIL, he would have been absolutely nuts to not go to the draft. He was going to be the second pick. I know why he stayed, you know, and maybe in the long run it does work out for him, but I mean, what if he gets hurt week 2 of the season and then his draft stock completely tanks? Again, God forbid that occurs, but that's something that could happen, though. You know, that it's just, again, you're going to be the second pick of the draft. And it's like, even if you don't work out at the Jets, it's not to say your career's over. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
yeah,
a lot of quarterbacks have had success once they left. I mean, look at Stafford. Stafford just rotted at the Lions, and then he got traded and he won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold sucked with the Jets and the Panthers and all that, and then he did good at the Vikings and wins the Super Bowl with the Seahawks. It's not like if Dante Moore had gone to the Jets and then it's like, oh, well, his career's over now. That's not to say that's the case. He could get traded and do good somewhere else. If you're a really good quarterback, you're going to make it eventually. It's like Ty Simpson. If Ty Simpson goes to the Jets and it don't work out, he could get traded to another team and win. It's not to say your career's over.
Yes. I agree with that, no doubt.
Well, yeah, like Oregon has less of an Oregon should if Oregon was legit, they should have beaten Indiana last year. They had the better roster. They had more money. They had more 5 stars. They had more draftable guys, but they didn't play as good. Dante Moore, I mean, that throw he did in the playoffs, the first play of the game when Pons picked him off, that was terrible. Like, I know Pons read it, but that's just a crummy throw. It's terrible. I mean, that's not Heisman material. That is not national championship quarterback material. I mean, again, Dante Moore is a good player, but if Oregon's going to win it all next year and he's going to win the Heisman or whatever, he's got to eliminate plays like that.
For sure. But yes, Cedarian Morgan has me so excited. I cannot wait to see him break out in September. I can't wait to see him. I know he's going to be making magic on the spring game. I'm excited about that. And this is going to be a question we get a lot. And that's the other thing, Army 3275, is you'll hear me get so excited about Cedarian Morgan that I can't think straight. But for me, I've got Keelan Russell for right now. That's just me. I've got Keelan right now. But who do you have, Jeffrey?
I don't have a pulse on it at all. I mean, last year at this time, I was still on the Keelan train, and everybody was like, it's going to be Ty Simpson. It's going to be Ty Simpson. It ended up being Ty Simpson. And Ty Simpson did very well, despite the late season fade that was not all on him. I mean, this time around, again, it's older guy. I can't say experience. That word. He's not experienced on the field, but he's older in Austin Mack. And then the young guy, Keelan Russell, with tons of talent, we know. Again, it's at this point, you know, early spring, it's just unless the staff starts giving us hints, kind of like they were last year, that Ty Simpson was going to be the guy. We don't know. If I had to pick right now, I would go with Keelan, like Jackson said. But I said that last year, and it wasn't Keelan. So, you know, maybe this year it will be Keelan, but I would think it would be Russell. But, I mean, Mack has been involved with DeBoer for his entire collegiate career. mean, he was at Washington. You know, he's followed him to Bama. It's like he obviously likes DeBoer's system, and obviously DeBoer likes him. He hasn't transferred, so he's got a chance. I think he has a chance. I mean, his size is what's helpful. You know, being 6'5", like Keelan's smaller. He's got the running ability, but Russell is very talented. And again, if that talent is just too much to keep him off the field, then he's going to play. You know. So yeah, I mean, well, that right there. I mean, did you see Cignetti talk about Nick Marsh the other day? Did you see
I
that?
have not.
It was all over the internet, but Cignetti was talking about Nick Marsh, the transfer from Michigan State. He was wearing like gold shoes or something at practice, and then Cignetti was like, take them off or whatever, and he's like, you're not doing that crap. But the thing is, Cignetti likes to make an example out of players, not to want them to transfer. He doesn't want to lose Nick Marsh. It's because he knows that to win, you got to have everybody on the same page with the team, not you, team. And you got to be focused. All right, so Nick Marsh isn't even 20 years old yet. He's still 19 years old. He's a really young guy still. But like Cignetti, he made an example out of Amari Farrell last year, and he improved after that. Now he's doing it with Nick Marsh. That's the type of guy Cignetti is. Whether you like him or not, Cignetti knows that he's got to have every player on board if they're going to be able to have the repeat success. And being me first more than team first, and flaunt your money and all that type of stuff. It's not ideal. And if Keelan's doing that stuff, which I haven't seen, again, I try to pay attention to stuff, but I don't see everything. That's not a good look. And yeah, he's a young guy, and it's understandable you want to have fun and stuff, but like, dude. So again, if Austin Mack's got more of the maturity, then he's got a shot. I would go Keelan right now, if just because. He why would he not? You know, he was the 5-star guy, but again, I think Mack has a chance.
True. I mean, that's what you need. I mean, it's like you got to have maturity in your starting quarterback. You got to have that. But
well, I mean, it's the de facto leader. Everybody looks at that player as the leader. Even if the best player on your offense is a receiver or a running back or an offensive lineman, everybody looks at the quarterback. You know, it's like the point guard in college basketball. There's not a lot of good teams out there that don't have a good point guard. There's not a lot of good teams out there that don't have a good quarterback. Yeah, you need good O-line play. You need good D-line play. But you got to have a steady, consistent leader, the guy that's got the ball in his hands the most, you know, so making the decision. So, yeah, I mean, Alabama, it's a big deal they get this right. You know, you can get it wrong early on and fix it, you know, but still – I think Alabama fans would like it a whole lot better if the board makes the right decision right off the jump versus middle of the season you're having to switch quarterbacks.
Well, and a question from Army 3275 is, what do we think about the season? I'm thinking it's been building for the following year, breaking in new QB 9-3. The next year will be the time. I'm thinking more like a 10-2 year. I think we could go 10-2 or 11-1. Because, I mean, I saw Samuel Recker, host of College Football with Sam, good friend of the Voice of College Football Network, by the way. We had him on the SC channel, and Mark Rogers has been on with him before. We will likely bring him on at some point over the summer on the Alabama channel. But he was saying they had him at 8-4, and I'm like, I got some questions about that, but that's not an 8-4 team. I do not see that.
My problem is though is saying that is going to be a building year, which I agree with that, because yes, it is. We don't have a really old teams, a lot of young guys, so ready a building year toward next year. The problem is you have to be allowed to have that building year. The way Alabama fans are thinking about it right now, the last 2 years have been building years. You know, it's like, yeah, DeBoer could be like, all right, folks, this is not the year. You know, Mack or Russell, whoever we're going with, it's going to take some time. You know, we go 8-4, 9-3. Next year's going to be better. Next year's going to be. I don't think he gets another year if that's the case, especially 8-4. No. If he goes 8-4, he's done. So there's no building year. That's the problem with Alabama right now, is that there is no building year. There's no patience and taking the time to, okay, this is a bad year, but next year we're building no, it's not. You're not going to get to that point. DeBoer will be fired. If Alabama goes 8-4 next year, Kalen DeBoer will be fired.
Oh yeah.
There's no way on the planet that Alabama, if North Carolina basketball just fired Hubert Davis for going 25-9 or whatever the record was in basketball, then Kalen DeBoer is going to get fired at Alabama football if he goes 8-4.
Yeah.
He is going to get fired. So you do not, this can't really be a building year. No. That's the problem. I get the sentiment and I agree with you, but he has to go at least 9-3, but 10-2. Really, he should go 10-2. Dude,
yeah,
he went 10-4 this past year, and nobody was happy at all. No. Nobody was happy at all. Okay, and somehow Alabama finished 9th in the AP poll, going 10-4, which, let's face it, that's total crap. But they were not 9th.
No.
But again, there's just no way, no how that if he goes 8-4 that he's going to get another year. You can't. So this really can't be a building year. That's just the way I feel about it, though.
Oh man, yeah, we do have to get better on the trenches. Like the offensive line and the defensive line has to look really good, but I've got a good feeling about the offensive line this year. It should be way better than it was last year. But we've got another $5 super chat from Caden the Diesel Freak, where he says, "Subscribe because you don't want to miss me call out the dumbest fan bases and give my takes. So don't miss my live stream because I spit the facts." Okay. Well, we appreciate the $5 super chat, but no self-promoting unless we tell you it's okay. Okay. Don't do it without our permission.
I don't think that he got the memo.
Yeah. But we appreciate $5 super chat, Caden. But yeah. We appreciate it, but you know.
He did do it as a super chat, so you know.
So it's like, okay. But yeah. Oh, I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny when Auburn hired Coach Cap.
Well, I mean, it just shows that Auburn just doesn't care about their program, I guess. I mean,
Auburn sucks.
They just actively don't care about their program at all. They're not a serious program. I really try not to be that type of fan that just trolls the rival. Because I'm really like, if Auburn was good, I would respect them. I would be like, you know what? It's a great Alabama Auburn used to be good.
Yeah.
It used to be. I know we had the Bond and the Ja'Cory Brooks games and Jordan Hare recently, and those were classics that we survived. But that was more so the fact we kind of sucked. I mean, let's just face it. We're not really doing all that good ourselves over here. Auburn is horrible. Like that, there's a reason why in the last decade, like you go back and you read articles on the internet, which they're still there from like the early 2010s when I was a kid. Alabama Auburn was on the list at number 1 for best rivalry. You know what I'm talking about? You go back and read older articles. Recently, it's Ohio State, Michigan. It's Ohio State. I'm not saying that it's not. That's a fantastic rivalry, and they hate each other, which is a big deal in a rivalry.
Oh man, like
hate each other. But the thing is that Alabama Auburn is no longer, even in the SEC, really considered the best rivalry in college football anymore because Auburn sucks. That's the problem. It's Auburn. Auburn is not serious. Michigan and Ohio State are serious. We're serious. Auburn's not. Auburn is horrid, and until they get good again, it's not a true rivalry game. It's a true rivalry game. It's not a true elite rivalry game in the sense that it used to be. Like I know what Steve's saying. Don't do all this stuff. I am correct that Alabama Auburn, whether people thought in the early 2010s, there were people that said it was number 1, but whether you think that it's number 1 or not, I am correct that about 10 years ago, both rivalry games, it was like this. It was neck and neck. Now it's this. Ohio State, Michigan, Bama, Auburn's way down. It used to be like this. It's not anymore because Auburn sucks. It's their fault. They are a horrible. I don't care about the ratings.
Oh man, like that.
You know, I don't care about the ratings, Steve. I don't care. I'm not saying that your rivalry is not number one right now. It is definitely number one. I'm saying that Alabama-Auburn used to be that good. Basically, it was right there, and a lot of people thought it was number one. It's not anymore because of Auburn. You know what I mean? Ohio State, Michigan, you got a great advantage now. It's the best rivalry, all that stuff. Congratulations. It's like Carolina Duke. But shame on you, Auburn, for sucking and making Alabama-Auburn not. Now it's being debated that it's not even number two. It's not even number two best because we beat them every year. Auburn's not good. They're not. They can't even make a bowl game half the time. They're
Auburn
not good.
Sucks.
That's the argument I'm making. That was more of the argument. Yes, Georgia, Bama. Yes, get this right here. People hype that game up way more. You could argue that Georgia, Bama has replaced it, and that's insane. That should never have happened. So again, shame on you, Auburn. It's your fault. Your program blows. And they're not getting any better. And then they're tweeting out, "Oh, we're the number one most wins in a first season coach ever." You're not a serious program. Auburn is not serious.
No. I mean, when you're bragging about beating Baylor, but they outgained you in total yards, that's not anything you should brag about. You should not be bragging about that.
Do you think Michigan, Ohio State has always been number one in Jackson? Or do you think that throughout history, Bama, Auburn has had an argument for number one? I think
Alabama, Auburn had an argument for number one, yeah. But Michigan, Ohio State is the rivalry for college football.
Well, it is now for sure. Like the last decade, they've owned it.
When you got like the fan bases of Michigan and Ohio State on YouTube, just like going at one another.
The thing that's so crazy about it, Jackson, is the fact that it's not even in state. It is an out-of-state rivalry. Like Ohio State doesn't really have a super close rivalry in their own state because Ohio is a MAC team.
Man, like
and then you've got Cincinnati, whatever. Michigan's got Michigan State. But it's like Ohio State, Michigan is not even an in-state rivalry, yet they hate each other harder than in-state rivalry. It's weird. It is honestly crazy.
Oh man, the story of Woody Hayes, like he hated Michigan so much that he wouldn't even say the word Michigan. He always called that team up north.
I know, that's why we always see that team up north. Steve says Jefferson hates Ohio State. Dude, I'm just saying it is funny that the most hated rivalry. I mean, Carolina Duke, they're literally 10 minutes from each other. Okay, like that's cool. Ohio State, Michigan, they're not even in the same state, but yet they're the most hated rivalry in sports. It's weird. It's just I think that's
honestly we're like both schools where it's just like I was just like I kept hearing about, the hammers coming, the hammers coming.
Dude, freaking hammer.
Like, where's your freaking hammer? Like, my God. Like, and like that one.
They hammered Indiana more for phone calls than they did for Michigan with all that sign stuff. And, they banned Harbaugh from coaching. He don't even want to coach anymore.
That guy's name that's on like that. It's that dumbass channel, Buckeye Scoop. Nothing against Ohio State, but I like Buckeye Huddle, Ohio State, The Voice, College Football, Locked On Buckeyes, Buttnuts 247, 11 Warriors. There's a few other Ohio State channels that I like, but that channel, oh God, that was terrible.
He said my channel is more Buckeyes than most, which is ironic. Hey, and I appreciate you.
We like you.
You guys know that I appreciate it. It's just. I gotta call it out sometimes. That's what makes it fun. Michigan is a fantastic rivalry. It's just it's crazy that it ain't in state, and it's crazy that they hate each other as much as they do. I mean, I remember when I knew they hated each other, but when I got on Twitter and started interacting with people on there, I realized that the hate was actually way worse than I thought it was. Just being a person. I'm not there. I live in North Carolina. I'm not in that area. You know, it's like I knew they hate each other as a kid, but it almost feels like the people that hate each other so much on the internet, like Michigan, Ohio State fans hate each other. It's almost like they amp it up to the nth degree.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Doesn't it feel like sometimes, like some of them truly hate each other, but sometimes some of them just feed off of it, though.
Oh, they do. Oh, yeah.
Like they don't actually like hate each other. Like they do hate each other, but some of it's just they make it more extreme than it is. I think. But
it's basically like just for shits and giggles.
For example, Carolina Duke, big rivalry game. A lot of the fans don't like each other, but there's a lot of Carolina Duke fans that can actually sit on a back porch, drink a beer, and talk about it.
Oh,
you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not as bad as the internet makes it seem.
No.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
I think a Michigan fan and Ohio State fan could be in the same house watching the game. Maybe. Normal fans, not crazy fans.
But
normal
yeah, I was gonna say like that guy, what's his name? Nevada Buck. Like that guy was like, I've heard some stuff about him the other day, but I hear he is not doing a good job with the way he was running his dad's business, but also where he was like saying the hammer's coming, but then like the day comes and he hides for 4 months on ads. Oh, and we got Tim Prangley of
Tim Prangley says no blood was spilled. Again, I said normal fans
of college
normal fan
legend. We got a legend in the house, Tim Prangley, where he's on the call-in show on the Conquest College show on USC LAFB. Oh shoot, it's gonna take me a minute to remember his co-host name, but you can check him out on USC LAFB, where he creates all kinds of magic on there. And if you want some top-notch classics from some of the past Voice of College Football episodes, or like After Dark episodes, or just all of it, especially the one where it was week 3 post-game on Saturday night in the 2024 season, you can always check out the magic that Tim Prangley brings all right there, and you can always give a look back all right there, because he is one of the greatest legends of all time. And you want top USC takes, Tim Prangley is it right there. Like Tim Prangley, Matt Zimmett, Mark Culkin, Gabe, Trojan Blade, and friends. They bring all kinds of wonderful takes, and the guys at USC LAFB. And also our guys at USC at the Voice College Football, like not just Matt Zimmett, but Ethan Inman and Crashlet Collier, they bring top taste. I appreciate it, man. But you know a lot about USC. Like you are the USC, like you and Matt Zimmett are the USC historians for me right there. If I need some USC story time, you two are my guys. Man. But oh man,
we got a lot of fan bases going at it in chat right now.
Oh, we do.
Notre Dame just catching strays as always. Like, oh man, gotta love it.
I think a lot of athletic directors need to get me in the room, just kind of bring back some games, and if I got to call some state governments in certain states, I will.
Well, I mean, at LSU, the governor was involved with all that. So, I mean, if that happens, then, you know, I guess whatever.
So, yeah. Well, the Louisiana governor's a dumbass. So, he's a dumbass. But, anywho, yeah, LSU's got some drama ahead of them. They got some drama ahead of them. But, I will say, oh shoot! 5 minutes past Jeffrey's bedtime. We gotta get you to bed, man. But
I gotta get some sleep soon. You know, it's not wanting the bedtime to be or whatever. You know, I love to be on here, keep talking Alabama football and stuff. But gotta get in bed soon. But it has been a fun show. I mean, the 77th edition of the show. We had a classic Godfather conversation. It was fantastic. We had a very riveting talk with Kate and the Dealer Freak from X. Yeah, and we appreciate the super chats Okay, we appreciate the new people in chat too, and again appreciate everybody who's been in the service, and thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and we love seeing those fan bases clashing at each other. You know, it's like the friendly fire, friendly rivalry. You know, you don't want to get too crazy, but we like that little back and forth. You know.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I miss when Oregon State was kind of relevant, man. You had all the Beaver
I
guys.
know
I
it.
miss the Beaver guys, man. Remember when they would try to put the emoji in chat, and then
Yes.
it just would not, like, oh, it was getting blocked, and it was so funny, man. I miss it's good when more fan bases are good, and because it gives them belief, it gives them a chance to talk and say stuff. If the same teams win all the time, then it's just, you know, whatever. But
yeah, you know what Oregon State and Washington State are like? They're like TCU, Houston, SMU, and Rice. After the Southwest Conference disbanded.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like with Oregon State,
Can
Washington.
they ever get back up to the power conferences, though? That's the thing.
I mean, it's like, you know, it's like you're going to lose coaches to bid schools, but it's like Washington State lost their first-year head coach. Like, they didn't just lose a head coach to go to Wake Forest. They lost their Nets head coach and going to Iowa State. Like, I mean, if it's like North Carolina or something like that, that's one thing. But it's like you're losing your coach to Wake Forest, and you lose your Nets coach to Iowa State, which I mean, they're down bad, man. Like they gotta get fixed and fast,
dude. Losing your coach to Wake Forest.
Oh yeah,
dude,
that
is horrible.
It's terrible. Like it's just not
Can't
good.
get any more bottom of the barrel power conference team than Wake.
Oh man, like Oregon State. It's like the best thing about being down for both those programs is the only way to go is up.
It just seems like they're just trending down, though, even further. Like, even their basketball team, they can't even win in the WCC, dude. Like, that is pathetic.
Oh, geez. Like, the WC. Well, I mean, like, next year, we're going to be going back to the Pac-12, not just football, but basketball as well. But, like, I've been on the record saying that the basketball conference for the Pac-12 basically is going to feel like a West Coast equivalent of the Atlantic 10, where, like, you know, it feels very competitive, but you see 4 teams getting in. Like, you're not going to see 8 teams. You're not seeing 6 teams. You're basically going to see Gonzaga get in. You're going to see San Diego State get in. Oh, I know, man. Like that, it feels like a West Coast equivalent. It just feels like a mess. I want it to go back to the OG equivalent of the Pac-12, or better yet, let's have it go back to the Pac-10.
All it is just a Mountain West fusion with a couple other crappy teams. It's all it is.
Ugh, Texas State in the Pac, that's not Pac.
The ball sack.
Oh God,
that's how you know we've lost our way, dude.
Oh yeah,
we've lost our way.
It's like, man, it's like. I want to know what's going to be done, like, because it's like, you know, you got like politicians getting involved in trying to fix college football. That's another way that shows we're going down bad. But also, if they're really serious about fixing college football, how about get us in that room? Get us in that room. Like we'll tell you like who ought to be where. Like we'll tell you what games need to be brought back.
I approve of that.
Because I mean, I want like, oh yeah, group of 5-12. Oh man, yeah. Oh man, your son's gonna be in South Korea. Oh man, I think I know my brother was in South Korea at one point. Like it was like, I want to say 2018, like 2017, 2018. Like he was
Thank you for his service as well.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh man. I'm praying for his safety, Tim. I'll be praying for your kid's safety, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's like I saw where he was talking about the 08 and 09 USC Ohio State matchups. The 09 one, that was classic right there. Because I mean, like, I remember it was on ESPN on September 12th, 2009, because the fact that there was a NASCAR race on ABC at that time. They still that this was like this until like 2013, where it was like the best games on they're usually on ABC Saturday night were on until they were on ABC with Brent Musburger, Kirk Herbstreit calling the game until it was like unless it was like week 2 or like the week of Texas, Oklahoma, because there was always like a NASCAR race on Saturday night on those nights. That I always like remember that, but it was like a tight one, and Matt Barkley had a pretty good game. Like it was a nail biter in Columbus in 09, but like 08, that was belt to ass. Like Pryor got chewed up like a chicken nugget by that USC defense. And honestly, I know everybody talks about the Texas Longhorns, the Oklahoma Sooners, the Florida Gators of 08, but if we had a 12-team playoff in 08, I think USC had a fantastic case on being national champs. Because, like, honestly, because I mean, yeah, they lost to Taiwan to Oregon State on September 25th of 08 on ESPN with Chris Fowler on the call, but still, that 08 USC team, that could have been another natty team right there. Like, if we had a 12-team playoff in 08. It just screams. I mean, the way they beat Penn State's brains in the Rose Bowl, man, that was yeah. Oh man, I talked too long, didn't I, Jeffrey?
Oh, you're good, man. I'm just listening.
Oh man, because we gotta get you to bed and don't want to make you late. But before we take you off, before we go for tonight, what magic have you got cooking on Only Talk Sports, man?
It's not a guarantee, but I'm going to try to do another play-by-play reaction for a March Madness game, whether it's tomorrow or this weekend. Probably will be tomorrow. Got a good game at 10 o'clock. I might be able to do that, but we'll see. Definitely stay tuned for that if I do another live play-by-play reaction. You guys seem to enjoy the last one I did for Alabama, Texas Tech, and that was fun. That was amazing. That game was awesome. And definitely would like to see Alabama keep moving on in March Madness, but only time will tell. But definitely appreciate all the support you guys have shown on Only Talk Sports. And definitely follow me on Twitter as well for updates when I go live, which is not as consistent as it used to be, I know. But I do try to, that's why I say I try to. I don't talk sports every day, but I try to. It's just I definitely appreciate all the support, though, and definitely appreciate over here as well. Like Jackson said, getting close to 3,200 subs. You guys have been amazing with all the support, and we want fans from every team. We don't care what team you're a fan of. We're going to definitely welcome you here, and we'll talk Bama football and a lot of other stuff as well. It's always a ton of fun. Appreciate it.
Oh, man. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix about the magic that Jeffrey brings on Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to, but also all right here on Alabama, the voice of college football, where he joins me in Travion Ware, Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and 6 p.m. Central Time, or in Tim's case, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on Mondays and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. No. 6 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. My mistake. Yeah. And also at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday nights on the College Show right here. Jeffrey, awesome as always, hanging with you and working with you. And with that, we will give you a roll tide.
Roll tide.
Good night, man.
Good night, Jax. Appreciate it.
Here we go. And before I head out for the night, you can also check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got some magic coming your way. I know I haven't done any Jackson episodes, but I will get back to that. No worries. Just to get my phone situated and also just kind of get some stuff behind the scenes done. But got some magic, of course. But you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, I'm basically 267 subs away from that magic number 1,000. But you can also check me out on SEC at The Voice College Football at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I believe 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, Wednesday nights with Tucker Harlan of Tennessee at The Voice College Football and Mississippi State at The Voice College Football's very own Andrew Miller, as we all discuss the latest news and notes on the SEC, and we all discuss quite a lot of news. And who knows, we might have Chris Marler coming on next Wednesday to discuss his take on the drama going on at LSU Athletics, especially with Will Wade leaving North Carolina State to come back to Baton Rouge. And let me tell you, it's a wild ride down at the Bayou. And for more updates, what I've got going on the Jacksonian, Alabama at The Voice College Football, SEC at The Voice College Football, and once, twice, 3-time week appearances on Lockdown West Virginia with the one and only himself, Mountaineer Paul. Check, or once, twice week appearances or calls on the Paul Feinbaum Show. Check me out, JacksBOCFB on /Twitter and on Instagram and Threads at Jackson Johnson 543-908. And with that being said, we wish you all a happy Thursday night. And to bid you all good night. And we will see y'all soon. And like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We will see y'all Monday night. Potentially before that, because there's always the breaking news. And roll Tide. Good night, everybody.